Alright, in this video, this is going to be a very quick one. We're going to take a look at how to write formulas for compounds. If you remember, a pure substance can either be an element or a compound. So a compound is a combination of two or more elements. Some common formulas that you know would be this H2O. Which is water. You might know C6H12O6 from biology. You might know that this is carbon dioxide. This is the this is the gas that you exhale every breath that you take. So let's take a look at the way that we do this. These are all called chemical formulas. So a chemical formula is the shorthand way of writing the compound. So we take a look at this. Here we've got H2O. So the first thing is the symbols. Note the capital letters here. There are two capital letters. The number of capital letters will tell you how many different atoms are in the compound. So if we look at this, we see a capital H and a capital O. That tells us that there are two different atoms in this compound. If we had our periodic table out, we could find the element that has the symbol capital H. It's hydrogen. We could find the element that has the symbol capital O. That is oxygen. That's the first thing. So here we just look at the capital letters C, H, and O. So this has three different elements in it. This has a capital C and a capital O. Now one thing to note is to be careful. We could have this compound, which let me erase here. It's not letting me. Let's say we had CO. This is carbon monoxide. There's also an element that is C lowercase o, which is cobalt. So there are reasons that we have to look for capital letters. So for example, if you look at NaCl, if we take a look at this, we see one capital letter there and one capital letter there. The L is not capitalized and neither is the A. So NaCl has two different elements. It has Na and it has Cl. So that's why knowing the capital letters is important. So let me erase this, give us a little bit more space. And as we look again, so now we can tell how many atoms are in a compound. So here there's a capital C there, and there's a capital O there. So this has two. The next thing is looking at what are called the subscripts. So these are called subscripts. And they tell us how many of each atom there is in that compound. So if we look at H2O, there are two H atoms involved. So H2O, we come down here, we keep track. H, there's two atoms. Now, O has no subscript. In chemistry, it's a shortcut that's taken. If there's only one of that atom, you don't write a subscript. So you can see here, there's no subscript. See, all three of these have a subscript because there's more than one. If there's no subscript, it's just one. So then if we go down here, this would have one oxygen atom. So H2O is composed of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. Sugar, 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms. Carbon dioxide, 1 carbon, 2 oxygen. Right? So then, if I were to ask, what's the total number of atoms in this compound, sugar, glucose, C6H12O6, what would it be? What would you do? Well, if we want to know the total number of atoms present here, we can do a quick, we know there are 6 C atoms there are 12 H atoms, and there are 6 oxygens. So I do my quick math. That comes out to 24 atoms. So there are 24 atoms present in C6H12O6. And that is a brief primer on the formulas of compounds.